A major update just a short time ago in the aftermath of the deadly campus shooting at Brown University. We just found out that the university has placed its chief of police on leave effective today. It's part of a university-wide review of school safety announced by the school's president. If not for an anonymous tip posted on Reddit, the killer who shot 2 people dead there and then an MIT professor 2 days later might still have been unknown. But the FBI found the suspected killer last Thursday night. He was a 50-year-old former grad student at Brown, and I say was because the man believed to have acted alone in those 3 killings was already dead when law enforcement found him. And for the sharp-eyed witness who tipped off the FBI to the suspect's whereabouts, the already dead part is problematic when it comes to the $50,000 reward that's offered by the FBI. Let's get Bob Ward in here. He's a good friend of the show and a legendary reporter at Boston 25 who's been closely watching what happened at Brown and thereafter. Bob, thanks for joining me. The FBI was very specific when it said the $50,000 was for the, quote, arrest and conviction of the killer. The suspect is dead, so does the tipster not get it now? Because that's pretty messed up.
Yeah, that would be. I don't think that's the case. I know that's what they said, but I mean, I don't think it's the case that the fact that there's no conviction here would make a difference, because this was vital information that without that tipster, they would not be in the position to have an ID on this guy, and they wouldn't have been able to resolve this case. It's critical information, and I think that is what the key is here, even though they said arrest and conviction, and this person apparently killed himself up in Salem, New Hampshire. I think that doesn't factor into this, given the nature of this and the seriousness of what happened and how good his information actually was.
The mayor of Providence, Rhode Island, home of Brown University, is appealing directly to the FBI director to pay up. Calls him a hero. The top FBI agent in Boston says the same thing. Now, an employee at Brown says that he saw the suspected shooter several times on campus over the past few weeks. Are his reports helpful at all to this investigation?
Oh, I think they are. And what's frustrating is that was a custodian at Brown University, and they write about him in the affidavit, but he's come forward in the press, and he talks about his frustration of he tried to report this, and he reported it to campus security, but it turned out the campus security was a third party, and they don't do any investigating. They just kind of do security. So it didn't go anywhere, and he thought he was doing the right thing, and nothing came of it. And this is back in November and December. He was complaining about this guy that was going into the building, looking into the room where the shooting later happened, and he couldn't get anywhere with it. I can't think of anything more frustrating than that.
Yeah, and what do we know about this anonymous tipster? There's a first name and not much else that's been made public. You know, I think that what we know is he might be named John, and he might be homeless. And I mean, the big question remains: what was the killer's motive? Are we ever going to know? With respect to the homeless man, potentially homeless man, I mean, if that's the case, I think that's even more messed up that he's not getting the money.
Yeah, so far. I mean, the FBI is a big organization, and we're talking, I think they just want to make sure to get this right, because there were so many very public mistakes very early on. Remember that other person that was brought into this, and they were detaining him, and on that first night, we thought everything was getting wrapped up, but it ended up being the wrong person. And I think in this case, now that we have a custodian stepping forward, there was also a faculty member that saw a car in the area before the shooting that was acting suspicious. I think they just want to get it right, to be honest.
Yeah, and there's really a lot more that we're going to learn. No answers yet, no manifesto. Bob Ward, thank you so much for joining me. Happy holidays to you and all the best in 2026.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.